Please.
I'm Jimmy. This is my wife Marie.
Marie.
I'm the local barber here at Rosamond, California.
Yes, that's great. And I hear that your new shop here on Sierra Highway, you have a famous barber chair that lots of famous people have sat in. Is that true?
That's correct.
And tell me a little bit about the chair.
Well, the chair used to belong to Sammy Venti, which he was a barber as well at Tulika Lake Golf Course. And you don't know where that's located. That's somewhere around between Hollywood and Universal Studios, somewhere around there. And keep in mind it's around there. So in a golf course, pretty much all the stars, famous stars, go to that course. And he had a barbershop within that course. And this was one of his very chairs, and he pretty much was the barber of all the stars. And,
really?
Just to give you an idea of some of the people that he cut, there's a poster right here.
So the barber, Mr. Venti, Sammy Venti, kept a...
He kept a portfolio and pictures of you know, the people that he worked on. When Sammy passed away years ago, they made this kind of like a memorial thing, just to give you kind of an idea of some of the people he worked on.
Wow.
This is just maybe a handful. They couldn't get everyone obviously in that picture. So I mean, Johnny Cash was even one of them.
Really?
Yeah, there was. I mean, there was a lot of people that he.
Okay, so there's John Wayne for sure. And who's over here? This is Frankie Carl. And oh my gosh, Richard Nixon.
That's right.
And there, Johnny Ray. Gee, look at all these people.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, Harry Von Zell. Look at that. Ronald Reagan sat in that chair, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Oh, and look at that famous face. That's Bob Hope.
That's right.
My gosh. Terrific.
James Dean.
Oh yeah, the younger James Dean. Look at that. Don Knott. Ernest Hemingway. My gosh.
Evel Knievel.
Oh, Evel Knievel. He's my wife is from Butte, Montana, and they knew the Knievel well. Yeah, there he is.
Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, look at that. You know, Andy Griffith, Bing Crosby. Wow. Even Glenn Campbell. That pretty much got them all. Tilly Savalas, look at that. Walter Brennan. Richard Dreyfuss. Gabby Hayes. And Howard Hughes.
Yeah, he was real good friends with Howard Hughes.
Good friends with Howard Hughes, huh? And look who's up there, Gene Autry. Jiminy Christmas. And Jack Nicholson. So.
Can't forget about Joe Pesci, man.
Yeah, that's right, old Joe.
Pesci looked like he had a mugshot on that one.
Perry Como. Wow. Nat King Cole. Gee, Merry Christmas.
And this poster, just to let you know, this poster was put together by his widowed wife, Ann Venti. She's the one that put all this together.
Sammy's wife.
Sammy's, yeah, widowed wife.
Is she still living?
She still does, yes.
Wow. Look at that. Well, that's a famous group of people there, and
just a handful.
Just a handful. And you say Johnny Cash sat in that chair also.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I have an autograph book as well. June signed it. Johnny Cash signed it.
Oh my gosh.
There was because they were all in tour, I think, during that time. And they all. I don't know how he ended up. Yeah, but.
Yeah.
I mean, Sammy was. You know, Sammy was one of the fellas, you know, and
I know,
and he was very well known in any industry, no matter what it was, whether if it was sports, acting, you know, or Air Force or Navy.
See? good to see you. Thank you for this interview to explain your program this summer for interesting high school students in your profession. And I wonder if you'd tell me how this all developed and how it came about.
Well, we're calling it Flight Test Camp. You always got to be careful with the word camp when you're dealing with high school students. Might not be a popular thing, but we were trying to figure out what's a good way for the National Test Pilot School to do some community interaction, some community interface, give back a little to the community. Sure. And we thought, hey, what do we do best? We do flight test education and training. That's what we do best. And we thought, hey, there's a good opportunity. We could go out to the high schools, introduce flight test engineering as a possible career path and field of study for some students.
Sure.
And at the same time, give some payback to the community and some community interface so that we get some good outreach and people can see that there's more to the National Test Pilot School than just training up test pilots and flight test engineers.
Sure, I understand. Now, are the students that you pick, are they within their high school? Do they have some qualification?
We
or
reached out to 6 of the local area high schools, and we got a positive response from 4.
Okay.
Mojave High School, California City High School, Tehachapi High School, and Rosamond High School.
Oh, good.
And so, based on the fact that we can handle about 12 students in a class at a time, we then allocated 3 positions to each of those schools, and we left it up to them to pick which students they wanted to send. We gave them some basic criteria, said, yeah, the students need to have a good math background, science background, need to be an above average student, but doesn't have to be the top students in their schools. People who are really interested or show a desire to learn about engineering and flight test engineering.
Sure.
Okay, fiscal budget for 13-14, there's been a couple of major challenges in making the budget. First major challenge is we have no idea what our income is going to be, so that's the first major challenge. Go ahead and next slide. So here are the current trends that we have for consideration. Right now we're trending slightly under budget, anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 under budget for 2012-2013. That's all going to be depending on our final payroll. Final payroll is not posted yet, so this is what we're estimating. I'm hoping it to be obviously closer to 250, maybe 150, but we are slightly under budget, which is a good thing. We have a new funding formula. Basically, the new funding formula, the LCFF, is a funding formula that gives local control to for us to use our dollars. And it is to bring us back to levels of 2007 over an 8-year period. So if the LCFF comes through exactly the way the governor would like it, we will be renewed back to levels of close to $8,000-$8,500 per student. However, the California cannot afford to do that right away. So they're going to slowly bring us up to that level over a period of 8 years. So that's one of the caveats of the LCFF. In the meantime, the county has decided that they are not going to be accepting budgets with the LCFF currently because it has not been voted on. It is something that has been proposed. It is passing all the different committees, but it is not official yet. So in order for us to submit our budget, current budget, for 13-14, we need to submit it under the revenue limit calculation that we normally have done in the past. If the LCFF does not pass, there will be some additions, one-time additions to the revenue limit calculation. And those things are to help us with Common Core and some of the expenses that they decided to allow us with Common Core, as well as to make up, to bring us back for some revenue over the last few years that they haven't given to us. It's interesting, though, that the state has told us that the COLA cost of living adjustment is 1.65, yet the CPI is 2.20. So expenses are actually at 2.20, indication of an increase of inflation, but we're only getting 1.65 increase on the revenue limit.